Brought to you by IWC Radio.com. It's the internet's most irreverent wrestling podcast. Now, please welcome Beans, Smoot, Chucks, and Will. This is the IWC.
Hello everyone and welcome to IWC Radio. This is episode 98 coming to you live on YouTube.com. I'm your host Martin and I'm being joined by Will and Smoot, but unfortunately we're missing Chucks this week. He is on his holidays. How dare he? How's it going, guys?
He's in Manila. I wanted to do like a trippy thing with the stream, but apparently doing that caused the intro guy to lag there in the beginning. That's why I was chuckling.
I wondered why there was a giggle. I didn't know if it was because of my tweet just as we started or whatever, and I thought, what's he laughing at?
Well, I'm retweeting that right now.
Oh, well, okay.
Yeah, if you're listening to us and not watching Star Wars, thank you for being
Yes,
here.
if you've chosen IWC Radio over Star Wars, then that is amazing.
Yeah.
Reevaluate your life.
Yeah, and Smoot, can I just point out that you've got episode 97 on the stream?
I do, yeah. Sorry about that typo.
But I am not bothered at all because you've got some wonderful Christmas wreaths going on,
Yeah.
which I've only just noticed, and they are quite awesome.
Thank you.
Well done.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
We're not-
Spared no expense.
We're not doing a show next week.
I've just realised this is basically the Christmas show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just going to say we won't be here next week because we'll be eating turkey.
Well, you're going to be eating turkey at the stroke of midnight?
Yes.
Really?
I want to eat turkey at the stroke of midnight.
So Christmas Eve, as soon as it's midnight, you're going to be eating turkey?
No, okay. Maybe not.
That was the sound of yes I am, but I don't want to admit this.
I was thinking we'd be on Christmas Day and going into Boxing Day, but we went well, we were the other way around.
Yeah.
We could do one if we wanted to, I suppose.
You could do. I was just a little bit surprised. I'd been more bargaining to try and, open up a present early or something, but,
Yeah. Okay. Well, if your present is a turkey,
then you would eat it. Problem solved. So yeah, that's a rather strange intro out the way, but there we go.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, everyone. All the best for 2016. We'll see you next week. I mean, see you in 2 weeks. See you in 2016.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
No. So yes, it's been an interesting week in wrestling. Lots of things have happened in the last 7 days since the last show. The last show that we did, we was doing predictions on a rather lackluster sounding TLC card, I suppose. And then after that, lots of things have happened. We have had the NXT Blackpool show that me and Will have attended in person, which we will obviously talk about. We obviously had TLC on the same day. We had an eventful Raw the night afterwards, and we also had the Takeover event live from London. So, where shall we start, gentlemen?
It's up to you.
Do it in order.
Yeah. Should we just get into the pay-per-view breakdown?
Well, yeah, we could get the pay-per-view prediction stuff out of the way, I suppose. So,
All right. Well, does anybody have any papers to rustle because Chucks isn't here for it?
oh, damn, hang on.
Yeah,
hang on.
I can help them.
Go on, Will.
Actually, those put together.
Wow, God!
That sounded like a thunderstorm.
That didn't sound like paper rustling whatsoever. That sounded like you were wafting like an advertising board into the microphone.
Yeah.
It was a couple of sheets and stuff together. So.
Couple of sheets that were about 4 inches thick.
Are you getting a snack now? What was that?
Oh, the same paper.
Oh.
Right, so let's have a look at
I'm just not as good
tables.
as rustling paper as I took you, okay?
It's alright, it's just that Chucks has had more experience.
Yeah.
So don't worry about it. It's a lot better because the only thing that I grabbed was one sheet of paper, and to be honest, mine probably would have sounded like what was it that? Remember when Rolf Harris used to do the wobbling of the car?
Let's talk about Rolf Harris.
Yeah, I know we shouldn't, but what's it called when you used to
Wobble board.
wobble board?
Yeah.
I thought it had a bit more of a complicated name than that, but never mind.
You know, they're undoing the hoverboards. So, like, they're recalling them.
Oh, hoverboards. Yeah, they're a bit different than wobble boards.
Oh, wobble boards. Sorry.
Yeah.
Misheard you.
One is something that you stand on to, like, travel around in. The other one is a piece of cardboard.
What's the difference?
Exactly. What is the difference?
The difference is one can spontaneously combust and set you on fire.
The cardboard could as well.
Oh, well, okay.
You
No
go out
difference
into
at all.
if you're wearing thick glasses and the sunlight catches the cardboard through the glasses, could set on fire. Disaster. Don't do it, people. Okay. That was terrible. So, let's have a look at the matches that took place at TLC. So, the first match, we had the pre-show, which was Sasha Banks versus Becky Lynch.
Yeah, this was the last-minute edition.
It was a last-minute addition, and something that I didn't think of that would have changed my prediction personally was they was in Sasha Banks' hometown of Boston,
Yeah.
which I didn't realise. I didn't realise that till we watched the pay-per-view, and then when they showed you the building on the outside, I was like, oh no, this is John Cena territory.
Yeah.
Who actually won that match? I didn't see it.
The match was won by Sasha. She did. Why can't I think? Someone got involved. Naomi distracted, and she managed to reverse the move into a submission, and Becky tapped out. And I picked Becky, thinking because she'd been involved in the storyline between Paige and Charlotte, they might want to keep her strong. But not realising, mind you, I suppose I probably wouldn't have changed my prediction because normally they make people in their hometown lose. So they were doing a nice favour for Sasha. So Chuck's picked Becky to win. Smoot, you picked Sasha. I picked Becky, and Will, you picked Sasha. So both of you got the points on this one, and unfortunately, me and Chuck fell behind.
Yeah.
So good start for you guys. Oh, I've just seen Daniel Williams joining us in the chat. Hello, thank you for joining us, Daniel. So that's the pre-show. Next up, we had the wonderful Do It for Lana match, as Smoot nicely called it.
Yeah.
Ryback versus Rusev. Can anyone remember anything good that happened in this match?
It ended.
Oh, so critical. So what did I? Oh, I predicted the light rig will fall down, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
Why does WWE never listen to my booking ideas?
Wasn't the TLC before this? You're not doing this in order?
He's just going off the stream.
Oh, sorry. Okay, sorry. My
The
bad.
stream
Sorry.
order.
I'm sorry, I'm looking at two things here. I'm looking at Chuck's original list, and then I just noticed the Do It for Lana thing, and I kind of went with that. I've completely forgotten what order the matches were in, actually.
Yeah.
Sorry. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
A lot's happened since then. Ryback and Rusev, who we all picked. So, Chuck's had picked Rusev to win. Actually, we all picked Rusev apart from Smoot, who picked Ryback. Smoot, why did you pick Ryback?
I don't know. I thought the League of Nations were going to interfere.
Actually, yeah, that's a fair shout.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we all got a point, but Smoot didn't.
Yeah.
So that's a one update there. What do we have next?
Yeah, I'll just tell
Team
them what's
ECW versus the Wyatts in the tables elimination match, an 8-man tables match.
Yeah.
Any particular thoughts on this match, guys?
The tables match, I thought it was kind of awkward at times because he had Braun Strowman break a table with his leg and Devon broke a table with like his body, and neither of them counted. So
Yeah, because they put themselves through it technically.
yeah,
Was it? Yeah. I also thought that there was terrible. I don't know if you remember, but there was a bit with Bubba Ray and Strowman on the outside, where he approached him with a chair, and Strowman was supposed to punch the chair into Bubba Ray, but he didn't react properly. He didn't hold it up high enough, so he didn't know what to do. So he just stupidly walked up to him, like with it on show, like waiting for the punch that never came, and then he had to hold it up really awkwardly, and then get punched. And it was just like, oh, this is bad. But yeah, there was a couple of spots, and to be honest, it sounds quite bad, but most of the bad spots in the match were Strowman, which just kind of highlights how green he is still. But it was a fun match. It is what it is. I don't think there was any particular major surprises in it. The tease of the lighter fluid on the table at the end was
such a tease.
Yeah, it was a tease. It was quite clever in some ways because you thought, surely they can't do this, and then it just kind of made sense at the end. So yeah, that kind of all happened. So, Chuck's picked the Wyatts in this. Smoot, you picked Team ECW. I picked the Wyatts, and Will, you picked Team ECW. So yeah, I don't know.
The Wyatts always losing on pay-per-view. They sometimes lose on pay-per-view, or rarely. Mostly. Yeah.
We need the little soundbite of the girl out of Alien saying mostly. So we got points on that one. What do we have next? Charlotte versus Paige for the Divas title.
Yeah.
I think this was a lot better match than what they had before.
Yeah. It was weird though, but it was a good match.
What are your thoughts on it, guys?
Yeah, it was a good match. It was just weird the way they did it, the way it was booked.
Any particular thing that was bizarre to you, or just? I'm trying to remember a lot of it, to be honest.
It was difficult to tell who was the face and who was the heel.
I think that's kind of been the process in the entire build, though, hasn't it?
Yeah. I don't know. I just thought it was odd the way they did it. It was a decent match. But...
just to throw back to the last match, sorry, Steve's just put in the chat room, I thought the table not setting on fire was a bot. that was Strowman's fault as well. He was supposed to throw him through the table once he'd lit it. But yeah, I think the Charlotte and Paige thing's been a bit strange because it's like they've swapped them round so quickly and people don't know where they stand with them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I know what you mean, and it feels strange that they've gone into... Basically, we're now looking at Paige being the face again and Charlotte being the heel now, but it's not defined enough and it isn't explained, and the actions that they're taking is still as if it's the other way round, and it doesn't make sense why we should be cheering for one or the other. And when fans are confused, they're not going to cheer for either, so... I mean, the hardcore fans will probably cheer Paige because she's over with the crowd, but, you know, the casual wrestling fan just won't because he won't know what they're supposed to cheer for.
Yeah, and there was a lot of dirty tricks from both Paige and Charlotte in this match.
That's what I mean. It was difficult to tell who was supposed to be the heel.
Yeah.
It reminds me of, I don't know if you... Sorry, going off a little bit on a tangent, but Triple H and Kurt Angle had a match for the WWE Championship at a Royal Rumble. I think it was 2001. And they were both heels going into it, and they were really detested heels at the time. And it was so strange to watch the match because it was like, I really don't care.
I don't care!
But it was just like, it's so strange to go, especially a championship match where you're going into it. And it was like, it feels like they need to do this match just to progress the story, but it isn't the right setting for it. It felt like something that should have happened on a Raw or something, you know. It didn't feel right. That, I mean, obviously not those two competitors, because obviously they're justified in a Royal Rumble main event, but, you know, it just didn't make sense that both of them was hated heels at the time, and it had no reason going into it. So there is that similar kind of feel with the Charlotte and Paige thing at the moment, where I think it's more confusion at this point. So I'd be interested to see what they do. Have you just played that?
Yes. Sorry. I had to play it at some point there.
To throw it to Daniel's comment in the chat, that clip comes out mostly at night. Mostly. So that was the Charlotte and Paige. So what did we predict? Chucks and Smooty both predict Charlotte, and myself and Will picked Paige. So me and Will lost out on that one. I was quite surprised. Again, it's the confusion thing. I just thought it was strange to have Paige lose so many matches for the championship. But they did it.
Well, look at Sasha. She's beaten Charlotte and Brie Bella when they were champ, and she hasn't gotten a title shot yet.
True. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of work that needs doing with the Divas. I just find it amazing that, the buzz and the excitement when they came onto the main roster.
Yeah,
there was a concern that it was all like, oh god, is this too much too quick because it's so many people?
I don't think it's so much so quick. I think it was they didn't really have anything for them when they came up because they kept placing them in like six-man or six-women tag matches.
Yeah, the stable things hasn't really helped. But it's one of them where you think, you've got so many... that all the people that are involved in the Divas at the moment are all very talented.
Yeah.
It's just the creative decision... Sorry, I might have just deafened everyone.
No, that's alright. It wasn't loud.
Alright. So, the creative ideas around making everything work around the Divas at the moment is just really lackluster. And it isn't making sense, and it's like all it needs is just that little bit where it would be similar to NXT to an extent. So
yeah, no, I know what you mean.
So we'll see. Hopefully things will improve. So what do we have next? The match that frightened me the most: New Day defending the tag team titles in a 3-team ladder match with the Usos and the Lucha Dragons.
Yeah, this was the match of the night by far.
Yeah.
I thought.
Yeah, this really did feel like a callback to the Dudleys and the Hardys days. And, it was nostalgic and refreshing at the same time, I thought. So who did we pick on this one? It was... we all picked the New Day, apart from Smoot, who went with the Lucha Dragons. Was there a particular reason why you picked the Lucha Dragons?
I don't know. I thought that they were just the next tag team to sort of win it, and then maybe give it back to the New Day shortly after to make them 3-time tag team champions.
Yeah.
And he almost had it. Callisto almost had it, or Sin Cara, if you're commentary. Almost had it if it wasn't for Xavier throwing the trombone at him. So.
I've got to admit, when he threw that trombone, I had to laugh.
Yeah.
Just for the perfect aim and the way it bounced off him. It was like, what the hell was that?
Yeah.
I had to laugh at the way he kept calling getting the names wrong, though.
Yeah.
He kept calling them out on it.
By the wrong name. Yeah. Both him and King were doing it the most. And somebody... made one of those memes of doesn't commentate and still knows all the names of all the talent on the rosters, and they sent it to JBL, Cole, and King and whatnot, and JBL got all pissed and blocked him. So
I forgot what we were going to say. That was it, sorry. Obviously they did the ladder spot where Kalisto did his move where he backflipped onto the ladder.
Del Sol.
yeah.
Yes. Now, obviously, the ladder's gimmick to break.
Yeah.
I want to know, is it made of a light wood and just given a metal edge to that? Or did they take a section out of the ladder? Because whenever they do this thing and the ladders break, they always have an orange or brown inside.
Yeah.
And I always think that looks like wood, like a light wood or something that's easy to break. And I always wonder how they do it, how they actually gimmick them ladders.
Yeah.
Because a table, like we saw in the table elimination match, you could clearly see a cut down the middle of one of the tables. Which wasn't particularly required, I don't think, but there you go. But
that move, though, I mean, I know what you're saying about the being gimmick and stuff, but there's no way I could not have heard.
Oh God, no! I mean, yeah, there's a point in it where you're protecting the superstars as much as possible, but there is still that that pain element that will happen. It's just about making sure that it's not a serious injury, isn't it? And it was a massive visual move. But yeah, it just had me interested because I've noticed it a few times where they've done a lot. They normally do it where they put the ladder like between the announce table and the apron, don't they? And they normally have someone going through it that way or something. And
I say recently, the last couple of years, they've went with the silver ladders. Remember, the ladders used to be black. It's only since then they've started breaking the ladders. Maybe that's something to do with it. I don't know.
It was just a conversation that we were having when we were watching it, because it was just like, we keep seeing it now, and I just keep thinking, I wonder what they actually do to it, like, you know, my mate were going on, like, I wonder whether they cut a section out of the ladder and replace it with a basic brittle bit or something, or, you know, just so it breaks on that point. I don't know.
Did you see it on the stream, by the way? I pulled it up.
Not a commentator, but the only one to get the Lucha Dragons names right. Boom. Look at the smug picture on that face. The smug face on that picture, I can't even speak. Smug picture.
Yeah, there's the tweet, by the way.
I'm
not a unicorn, but just blocked you, and you won't ever care what your name is. Blocked. He's really sensitive about that for some reason.
Can't imagine JBL being sensitive. That's not a knock. I just can't imagine him.
Well, yeah, I think he just blocked you just now. So
yeah, yeah. Damn it. So I agree. I think that was the match of the night, the ladder match. Very much of a call back to the old days there. I really enjoyed it. So yeah, and I mean we'll get into it, but I like the segment on Raw as well, where they played off a little bit like they did from the old days, where Edge and Christian and Hardy's showed respect, even though they were enemies when they had something similar. So I like the way they did it. What do we have next? We have the Intercontinental Championship match. Dean Ambrose defending against... Kevin Owens defending against Dean Ambrose. So I predicted Ambrose, and the rest of you predicted Owens. So I got the point.
wait a minute.
What?
Oh, yeah. Ambrose did win that. Yeah, sorry.
I got a distinct feeling then that I was being screwed.
No, you're not being screwed.
I was waiting for the stream to update with my prediction disappearing.
Yeah, sorry.
But yeah, I mean, I just took a punt on it because I thought that Ambrose has lost. Anytime it's come to that major point when you think they're going to do something with him, he's lost. And obviously they've given him the Intercontinental title now. Rightly or wrongly, we'll find out down the line. But I suppose it created a bit of interest coming out of it. The match itself, what did you guys think?
Yeah, I thought it was good. Good.
I thought it was a surprise. I was not expecting Ambrose to win it, to be honest with you.
No.
And Owens' shocked face at the end of that match pretty much summed it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like how they treated it afterwards as a bit of a moment as well.
Yeah.
And on the Raw, when they said that Dean Ambrose was up next, he obviously had the image of celebrating with the title kind of thing. They made a big deal of it being a title change, which they just need to do more often now.
Yeah.
So it was quite good. Be interested to see how they carry on with Owens. But yeah, we'll see. US title match, chairs match. Jack Swagger taking on Alberto Del Rio. Can I just point out before we get into this?
Yeah.
Alberto Del Rio really needs to think on how he swings that chair. Every single chair shot he swung, he hit him with the corner of the chair.
Oh.
Everyone, and I was grimacing, and it was just cause I said when before the end of the match, he was sat in the corner, Swagger with his back showing, and he hit him about 3-4 times in the back with the chair, and he hit him with the top rim of the chair right on the back of the shoulders in the back, and it was just that has got to murder, because he's not hitting him with the bit that's the safest part.
Yeah, he's hitting him with the Edge in the corner.
Yeah. And straight away it was like, that has got to leave marks on him. And then straight away, cameraman getting in and, like, you know, showing all them marks on his back.
Yeah.
If that's decided beforehand, and we all know Swagger's a tough guy and he's willing to take that, then that's fair enough. But I just felt every time I was like watching Swagger and he was like, you know, really clinical in how and really technical in how he was delivering the chair shots, you know, so he was protecting Del Rio perfectly. And then every time Del Rio got a chair, he's just whacking the shit out of Swagger, and it's like, whoa, hang on a minute here. Someone's getting the short end of the stick. But, yeah, my mate for some reason found it very funny when Swagger like slid off the chairs after he got the finishing move, like he went down a conveyor belt.
Oh, yeah.
So that tickled him. But yes, what did we predict? We all predicted Del Rio would win that match. That's how obvious it was. And what did I put? Zeb Coulter smoking a ham.
Yeah.
Oh my God. What have I done this week to forget that?
Were you smoking that week?
Yeah, what was I smoking? Obviously a ham.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a bit strange. And then we have the main event. Yep. Sheamus defending the WWE Championship in a TLC match against Roman Reigns. I was really hoping Will was going to come in with the Roman Reigns song.
No, God, no. No.
Speaking of chair shots, though, I'm not. Well, we haven't got to the result yet, but some of the shots Reigns gives Sheamus after the match would have been.
Well, how about when when they opened the match, when he just popped him and
yeah. Pushed him right in the face.
Had that mark on him.
Yeah, they did go for it. There was a bit as well where I'm trying to think, was it the Swagger and Del Rio or was it the main event? Someone threw a chair, but it hit him right in the face. It was like a chair shot to the head kind of thing.
Not sure. I don't remember that one.
Yeah, I think you're right. Like maybe like a Sabu.
Yeah, it was the same, like Sabu would. It was just he launched the chair, but as soon as he did it, it was like, ooh, that's very, like, no now, like, you know, it's not what you want to see in the chair shots bouncing off people's face and heads, like, you know. So
there was one shot when Reigns went nuts at the end, and Sheamus is trying to cover. He's lying on his back. And he's trying to cover his chest. He gets him with the chair, and it's horrible to watch.
Yeah,
it's really you're famous watching it.
There's definitely a few shots thrown in there. Steve nicely reminded me in the chat that I put out there that Zeb Coulter was smoking a Hamlet cigar. I remember that now.
Oh yeah, you did.
Thank you, Steve, for jogging the memory. And we also have a special guest in the chat room at this moment in time. But I refuse to say what his comment is. I'm sure you can all see it. Our beloved co-host
is in the chat.
The man from Manila.
The man from Manila. I like it.
Is complaining about the quality of the show, which is not fair, I don't think. So if anyone wants to rag on Chucks, he is at Chucks4W on Twitter. Please abuse him.
It's because he's not on the show. Like when you're sitting there watching the show, it's a different experience.
Oh, well, I'm not taking his review as valid. Don't be giving him credit. Chucks is asking if he won.
It looks like it, Chucks. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, for God's sake! Even the week when he's not here, he gloats.
Oh my God.
So let's have a look. So Chuck's got 6 out of 8 matches correct. I got 5 out of 8 correct. Smoot, you got 4 out of the 8.
Yeah.
And Bill, you also got 4.
I was too swervy on this show. I went out on a limb too much.
Yeah.
It cost.
So the totals then are, in 4th place, Will has got 35. Smoot, you're in 3rd with 38. I'm in 2nd with 48, and Chucks is pulling out the lead again with 53.
Jesus Christ.
So basically, I'm nearly an entire pay-per-view behind Chucks. This is not good. We've got Rumble, Fastlane, and WrestleMania. So I've got 3 pay-per-views to pull it out, so I need at least an average of about 2 to 3 matches, I reckon, where I'm on top in each show.
Yeah, he would have to like completely blow it on a couple. Nowhere for him to, completely blow it. But
Chucks has been known to completely blow it.
Ooh, but yeah, I think it's
boom.
It's between,
Chucks, boom.
I think it's between you two now to win the prediction game for this season, I guess.
I'm trying to defend my crown, and it's not going too well.
Yeah,
I'm having a season like Chelsea. Just realised no one listening to this show is probably a Chelsea fan, so never mind. Daniel has took a shot at you, Smoot, in the chat.
It's a garbage. Yeah.
So
he's right.
You're not garbage. You is a garbage.
I'm a garbage. Yeah.
You're an object known as garbage.
Yeah.
It's a good job we're a bit like WWE and we don't value fan opinion.
I am just going to say this right now. I completely feel like I need to validate Steve's comment in the chat where he says that Chucks' points should not count as he is not on the show to collect them. They are sitting here on a desk in an envelope and Chucks is just not here to pass them to.
Excellent point.
So I think if we reduced Chucks' 6 points,
Oh God.
Given to me.
then that would actually put me a point in front.
Seems like a tempting
shenanigans.
Shenanigans, yeah.
Yeah. Chucks claims that when he's on the show, it's fun. Listening now, it isn't so much. So, Chucks, we're not bothered if you don't want to listen to the rest of the show.
How was the music, Chucks? Were you able to hear it?
I bet he was grooving away to it. Yeah. So let's just have a quick look at some of the random predictions that we made. So will there be a stairs match? I said yes. The rest of you said no, there wasn't. That's shocking. Pre-show match I predicted would be Lesnar and Cena. Close, but it didn't happen. I said that Adam Rose would win that match. No. Barrett and Neville was another one from you, Smoot. Stardust and Titus from Chucks. It was a very sensible choice. It didn't happen. And Will wins that one because he says, oh no, hang on a minute. No, he says there won't be one, which there was. It was Sasha and Becky. So, yeah, we all kind of pretty useless there.
I'll take a half a point because it was a late edition.
No.
No. So that's TLC. Overall thoughts, guys? Did you enjoy it?
Like I said, the ladder match was the best match of the night. The rest was kind of not bad, but not great, I thought.
How about you, Will?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It came off better than I was expecting it to.
I think it was similar to what we said last week, where you kind of look at the matches and you think, they're going to be entertaining. It's not as if it's going to be a dire pay-per-view.
Yeah.
But it was kind of what was expected. It was kind of, you knew that there were going to be some good stuff in there. But yeah, it wasn't a must-see thing, but
no.
it was entertaining. It is what it is.
What kind of ruined it for me, and we're probably going to come on to this now, is it was on Sunday night.
Yes.
And it was literally hours after watching the NXT show.
Yes.
So it was like two totally different shows. So.
Yes. So yeah, I think we should kind of go into our experiences at Blackpool. I feel. So yeah, like Will said, we travelled to Blackpool, and it took place at 7:30 our time, and then the pay-per-view was on at 1, I believe. Is that right?
Yeah.
So yeah, as soon as it finished, and by the time, I presume you would have missed the start.
I was just switched on just as the ladder match was kicking off, so seen most of it.
Right. Okay. So yeah, I can understand straight away where you're coming from, because to go and see and experience Blackpool's event and then to come and watch TLC, it must have been a bit of a jarring experience, I think, at first.
Yeah.
Luckily, I couldn't. Well, I weren't getting back till a bit later, but I couldn't stay up anyway because I had to be up earlier. But yeah, so I didn't watch it till the following day. So I suppose I had a bit of time to just refresh, or at least understand what I was about. expectations had changed by the point I turned the TV on for TLC. But yeah, I mean, where do you start with Blackpool?
Yeah.
Well, let's start out with Triple H starting out on the show because he has to put himself over.
No, that was London.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry,
yeah.
wrong show.
This basically was just a house show, but it was very similar matches to what happened on the Takeover
I
event.
see.
But because obviously it is a house show.
Did Triple H come out and put himself over?
No, he came up on the Titantron at the start.
Okay.
And just did his same thing as what he basically did at Takeover, really, weren't it, Will?
Triple H was at TLC getting the shit beat of him by...
Yeah. Yeah, he was. Triple H has done a lot of flying in the last few days.
But yeah, they do it at the house shows for WWE now as well. They have a little message from Triple H telling you how amazing the night's going to be.
He keeps telling me that I am NXT.
Yeah. And the future is now, which I'm not sure how that works. But...
So if I am NXT and the future is now, I am the future. I believe. I don't know. But yeah, so he started it off. But obviously because it wasn't for television, and it wasn't being shown in any way, it weren't being recorded, obviously the talent was able to be a bit more free in what they did. And honestly, it is probably the most fun I have had watching a wrestling event for many a year.
Yeah. Easily the best show I've been to.
Yeah.
I thought quite recently I went to the Raw taping with Taker and Kane showing up. I thought that was a decent show, but this easily beat it.
Yeah. I will say that it has beaten a few WrestleManias that I've attended that.
Really?
Just for the atmosphere of it, because it's you know what you're kind of expecting with Mania in some ways, and obviously the atmosphere, you can't explain it. You know what I mean? It's just one of them things you feel it. But to be in such a close confined area in Blackpool where you got a lot of people, oh wow, okay, I weren't expecting images to come up. So yeah, if you're looking at the stream right now, these are some of the pictures that I took from the event.
Exclusive images.
Exclusive images. So, just because they reported that there was 2,000 people that bought tickets, it was sold out. It wouldn't surprise me. There was a lot of people in a small area, but the atmosphere was overwhelmingly positive. I can't describe how amazing it was. If you, obviously, I presume people that's listening will have watched the Takeover show or at least seen something or known what the experience was. But it was like that, but obviously to be in that and part of it, it was so much more intimate, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I think that's what helped it, I think, as well, being in that small place. I mean, I say small, it wasn't small, but compared to
your
WWE average show.
Yeah, I think, it isn't a small venue by any imagination, but...
compared to your Raw or SmackDown, it's small.
Yeah, I think that would be fair, yeah. But yeah, it's just little things like, I mean, the Jordan and Gable thing, they had a tag team match, and they couldn't start that match for easily 10 minutes. There's been lots of videos on Twitter, and I think even NXT tweeted one out, or WWE tweeted one out of them all singing, and they just sang their hearts out all the way through it, and it makes that moment that's special.
Yeah.
And you know that it's something special when you can see the talent legitimately.
Yeah, Jason Jordan, he was in complete laughing.
Yeah.
He just couldn't move for laughing.
Yeah. I'm hoping actually one of these images will come up actually with Jason Jordan, because they're doing the fingers like the Fandango thing kind of thing, like when they were all singing at the end.
Yeah.
But, I can't fault it. It was an absolutely perfect event. It reminded me exactly what it was like to be a wrestling fan when you first start tuning in.
Yeah.
It was just that, a lot more intimate. It felt personal, and it felt purely for...
And you know, it's only a small thing, but I thought the guy who was the ring announcing, Greg Hamilton, is it?
Yeah.
Yes.
I thought he was good, as he wasn't just, he didn't just announce the matches. He sort of got involved, talking to the crowd a bit, and
yeah, he was a complete host of it.
He acted as a bit of a host rather than just a ring announcer. I thought that was quite good.
I mean, like the
Jeremy Borash of NXT.
10 times better than Jeremy Borash.
I thought he was really good. I've seen him on NXT obviously, but I've not seen him live before.
No, but it's just like, I mean, like the one fall thing. Obviously, is the interaction with the crowd and stuff, but it's just
it's a UK thing. Apparently, they do that a lot in what's the UK promotion? Give me UK promotion.
PCW.
That's the one.
Hey, that were a bad guess.
Yeah, but it's a bit of a UK thing to say back what the announcers say, and it's just they started doing it in the Takeover show as well.
Right. Yeah, I noticed it on the Takeover as well. Yeah, but it just I can't describe it. It's just one of them things that if you get the chance to go and watch an NXT event live, whether or not it's a televised thing, a taping, or whether it's just a house show, you are going to see something special at the moment, because it is just, like how they talk about wrestling having the it factor. Yeah. It is that at the moment. NXT is that. If you look back to what NXT was like 2 to 3 years ago, and it was a joke where it was a contest on shows and things.
Oh yeah, it's completely different now.
And if you'd have said to me 3-4 years ago that this will be a brand that people will be going to see, and you will go and see it, and you'll think that it's probably one of the best events you've ever attended in your life, I would turn around and just tell you to get lost.
There's that photo you're talking about.
Ah, yeah. But yeah,
I think it shows you, when you just looking at that photo, it shows you're having a good show when the talent are enjoying it as well.
That's it, yeah.
And you could tell that every one of them wanted to be there.
Yeah, exactly. There was no... It's like you said, like, if you'd have watched a house show of Raw or SmackDown, someone like Bull Dempsey or someone would have been just like the jobber kind of thing.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't have really done anything. But there was a connection between him and the crowd, like a love for him, if you know what I mean. And it was just that, even the bad guys, there was love for them, if you know what I mean, from the crowd, and it just worked so well.
The WWE house show these days, I mean, we say Raw's so generic and formulaic, is that a word?
Formulaic,
yeah.
That's the one.
I had to
we say Raw can be like that sometimes. A WWE house show is 10 times worse. It's just entrance match. There's nothing else to it. Whereas the NXT show was just, as you say, it was just an all-round good show.
The last time that I think I've mentioned this before, actually, so tell me if I'm repeating myself, but when we went to a house show in Manchester, it was Edge versus Ric Flair, and Edge was the good guy and Ric Flair was the bad guy, but it was like at the height when people started doing the woos all the time.
Woo!
There you go.
Before they started coming to the Raw, I think it was.
Is that what, sorry?
Was that before they started taping Raw here?
I think it might. I don't know if it was. It might have been the year before they did the Raw, yeah, before they started doing the actual TV stuff.
Mm.
But yeah, so it was like the just coming out of the Evolution days, Rick. It was before, before his like retirement, possibly a year before, around WrestleMania 23 time, I think it might have been.
Mm.
But yeah, so basically, Flair's like just coming out of Evolution. I think he's the heel, and Edge was the really like babyface character at the time. But everyone was just wooing that much; it was ridiculous. And then when they actually did the match for the house show, he came out, and everyone just booed Edge out of nowhere. And even I was like, "Wow!" Like, thinking this guy's like really over on TV as a good guy, and he's like really getting hammered. And I remember because by accident I'd seen results from the night before. There was somewhere the night before. I don't know if it was Newcastle. But basically Edge came out. They said he got a good reception and he won the match. And so, I'm thinking, great, it'll be the same. Like, and because of the reaction, like halfway through the match, Edge just like snapped in the ring. But obviously now thinking, well, obviously they're all having a bit of a laugh.
Yeah.
And he grabbed the mic and he's like, "How dare you people boo me? Like, you know, you're supposed to like me and all this." And he went, "Oh, you English people, you terrible." What did he say? You gap-toothed bastards or something he called us, and everyone just went mad on him.
I can remember that now. I think I was there now, yeah.
Yeah, and then Flair, like, obviously attacked him, and everyone was, like, cheering for Flair, and then Flair ended up winning and put the figure 4 on, and Edge tapped out, and everyone was like, wow. And it turned out that they just changed it because of the reaction of the crowd.
Yeah.
Because it was a house show and it didn't matter. But then when you think back and you think, you know, they're having a bit of a laugh and stuff, they probably just took it on themselves to have a, you know, change it round on the fly or whatever,
yeah.
and have a bit of a laugh. And that's the only, like you said, every time I've gone to a house show since, it's always felt so formal.
Mm.
And that's where this felt so different. It just felt a very close environment, and it was just, it felt like a celebration of what it was.
Yeah.
And it's just great to see, and I hope it continues, really.
You felt like, I mean, I'll depend on where you were sitting, but I definitely thought you got value for money.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes. Definitely. It was, yeah. To be honest, I don't think it, just to experience the atmosphere alone is just, you know, it was worth the price of admission on that.
Yeah.
So, obviously that was on the Sunday. And then on the Wednesday, we had the Takeover London event, which was obviously live on the network. Now, I'm going to ask a very silly question here.
Yeah.
Smoot.
Yes.
Did you watch it?
No.
Oh. Oh. If you weren't running the stream, I'd so fire you. Even though I have no powers.
However, I did see the photo of Triple H watching the show, which after this photo slideshow ends here, I'll put that up on the stream. But yeah,
as soon as the stream's got it on at the moment, Smoot, I feel you need to be ready, willing, and able.
Oh my god,
to watch NXT.
That is, you know, with my limited knowledge on the current NXT product, that is an awful pun.
But that's what it's about. You kind of have to see it. I really cannot.
From what I get, it's the world's greatest tag team as like American Gladiators making the worst puns imaginable.
Oh no!
That's what I get.
I wish I could transport you out of America on Sunday just for 5 minutes to experience that atmosphere.
You know what gets me about NXT as well, when you look at it and overall, it's what an amazing job they've done in making the different characters already.
Yeah.
Because you could literally, I mean, they're not doing it for obvious reasons, but you could literally plug any of them and put them on the main roster right now. And
yeah, but they would be wasted if you put them on the main roster.
Yeah, right now they would, yeah. But it just shows you what a good job they've done in making them all individual.
Yeah.
Already.
But it's like when people argue about how WWE needs to go to PG-13 or they need to, change the product up a little bit. NXT is the perfect example of making an entertaining product in that environment.
Yeah.
Because that doesn't go out of the restrictions. There's not blood in NXT. There's not a sexuality or, it's not. But it's perfectly entertaining for everyone.
Mm.
And it's got proper wrestling in, and it's logical. There isn't. I mean, yes, they have silly characters in it and things, but booking makes sense.
Yeah.
And it's short, and it's easy to watch, and it isn't a chore.
I'll tell you, I know we're coming on to the London show now, but sort of going back to what we were talking about a couple of weeks ago about Raw being 3 hours. The 2 hours, the Takeover show just flew by.
Yeah, I said that. Yeah, same thing. And I just said as soon as it finished, it was like, because my mate said, like, is there another match on after this, like the main event?
Yeah.
I was like, no, this is it. And he was like, that's a bit early, isn't it? And I thought, yeah, it does feel a little bit early, that, actually. Mm. And then when it finished, I was like, no, that's 2 hours. I was like, that's it. And I was like, does that feel like you've been watching that for 2 hours? He's like, no.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, that is mental.
And you watch Raw for 3 hours and you're thinking,
Raw feels like it's about 5 hours long.
Need a shave afterwards.
Oh, but yeah, it is. It's absolutely ridiculous how much of a difference there is. And I really wish that you could just get Smoot to experience it.
And he's not biting there, is he?
He's not even given a glint of hope of this, is he?
Nope.
Oh, Smoot, you like glutton for punishment.
Sorry.
So, yeah, so the London show took place. Smoot didn't watch it. He's terrible. He's terrible, people.
I'm a garbage.
He's a garbage.
You are a garbage.
You are a garbage. And also a toilet.
Yes.
And 3 shits.
We might need to explain in case anyone's listening to the audio and not looking at the screen. This is what's happening in the chat. So, yeah, there is emoticons going mad. So,
I would,
garbage pal.
I would throw it to the chat there, but I don't. I'm keeping the slideshow going because I had it all disproportionate beforehand.
All right, you got a nice picture of Samoa Joe blowing a kiss.
Yeah,
there,
yeah. What was up with that? That was.
Yeah, do you know it was strangely right in the direction of Will?
Really?
What can I say? Joe loves me.
Samoa.
In a tree.
Samoa Joe. Which I'll try to find a screen cap of that botch for you because I know you guys. I don't know if you saw it on the network.
I didn't notice the spelling gaff.
Samoa Joe.
Samoa.
Oh dear.
Yeah, thanks to Beans' friend who was with us on Sunday, I can never look at Samoa Joe the same way. Because I think you'll have to explain this one.
Basically, my mate has a severe hatred of Samoa Joe. It's quite frightening, really.
Is your roommate? Scott Steiner?
No. But yeah, he really does have an issue with him, and he's never liked him from TNA days. And then
I also like his name for him as well, Sloppy Joe.
Yeah, so yeah, he calls him Sloppy Joe. He refuses to acknowledge anything else apart from Sloppy Joe. What was that?
Hold on.
Control us all out! Just calm down, okay? All right? He's fat!
There we go. Let's try to cue that part up.
So, yeah, he just said that I hate his nose.
What?
Yeah, and it's like, and we were all driving there when he said this, so I was like, okay, and he's just went, his nose is massive. It's like, okay.
It's a random thing to hate somebody for.
Yeah, so he's like, I hate his face. And he's just like, okay. So anyway, when we was watching the London show, and they did the they did the Motorhead thing, so when you did the song, right. And they're playing the Ace of Spades.
The Ace of Spades.
Yeah, well, my mate Steve, as soon as it come up and Samoa Joe come out, he just went, he hates his face. He hates his face. But he said that was what he thought the lyrics were when he were little and that song first came out.
Misheard lyrics, yeah.
So he reminded me of Peter Kay when he got all them lyrics mixed up.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it just made me laugh now because like anytime Samoa Joe comes out, all I can hear is Ace of Spades with Stig going, he hates his face. So yeah, the song's been renamed. So well, anytime that you've been playing that before, Smoot, and you were singing it, it was always in my head then.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, that was the one thing I definitely wanted to share.
Sloppy Joe.
Sloppy Joe.
That's almost good as Joey Samoa.
Joey Samoa, yes. I really wanted that to be his NXT name now. Like, you have no idea.
Would that have made you watch NXT?
No.
For God's sake. I just don't get it. Right, I'm not getting into it. I'm going to get angry. So, NXT Takeover London. Smoot, what happened?
What do you mean what happened? Stuff happened.
What stuff?
Well, Triple H came out and had to put himself over, like usual, which I'm kind of not a fan of.
It was quite cool. I love how they do the lights thing, when they focus. Yeah. I like it on Corbin's entrance, how they do that. With the lights going on the centre when he gets into the ring.
I just thought that was a nice thing, because, NXT sort of his baby in it. So
Finn Balor there on the stream when it comes up looks like he's doing like a strip show.
Yes, that was part of... This is, again, where they were having fun.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I might have to explain this. So basically, Finn Balor, when he's not doing the demon gimmick or the beast, I'm not sure what he calls it now.
Right.
Demon, yeah. So he wears a leather jacket, and obviously when he comes out, you can see it on the stream at the minute, actually. When he comes out, he has the belt, and he just opens the jacket all the time. But whenever he's defending the title, or if it's a main event or whatever, it's a big show, he'll always come out as a demon. And that's when he has a variation. But Sami Zayn came out in the main event on this show, and he was wearing his gear. And in the middle of the match, Sami Zayn nicked his jacket. Like, they were prattling around a bit. So Sami Zayn is wearing Finn Balor's jacket and then doing the same pose where he's, like, holding his jacket out, like, doing the same pose. Finn Balor came into the ring and, like, told him off like he was a little child, like he was at school for wearing his jacket, and told him to take it off. But as you can see on the stream at the moment, Sami Zayn has a jacket and also a hat. So then later on in the match, when things changed, Balor decided to wear Sami Zayn's gear and then proceeded to do some weird dance in the ring, copying Sami Zayn, like running around a bit like a lunatic. So I got a little bit of it in images, which you can see on the stream at the minute. The one that's on the one that I can see at the minute is Finn Balor with his hands on his hips, like telling Sami Zayn off because he's got his arms in the air like Balor had, and he's like lowering them down.
The dance, apparently, you said it goes back a long way, apparently, because when Zayn debuted, they should tell you to dance.
Yeah, that's
Balor made some comment that he looked like a minor.
Right.
Not a child, an actual,
Yes.
coal miner.
Yeah. No, that makes sense, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's some stuff going on there with that.
I say it's again because you can tell they're all good friends as well. So it's
yeah. There's that. I'm going to say the unity thing then, but I just realised that could go down wrong. Unity.
God.
But there is a unity between them. There's a bond between all of them on that roster.
Yeah.
It's just good to see. But yeah, there were some nice moments in there as well. Obviously. William Regal had his moment in Blackpool where he came out. Robbie Brookside, like you said before, he also came out at the end of the show.
That's that guy that looks like Chris Masters, only not like buff. Yeah.
Okay.
That's
I can see what you mean, actually,
yeah.
Get it a little.
Yeah.
But yeah, the London show, I thought the matches were exceptional. They all told a story. I was quite surprised that no titles changed hands on the show, actually.
Well, it's because...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So you get at least one, maybe. The tag titles, probably, maybe.
Yeah, I was expecting the tag titles to change. And I actually did one, especially when Nia Jax had that moment with Asuka backstage.
I thought that was a great match. The women's match.
I thought that there was a chance that Nia was going to win it because then she'd be feuding with Asuka. But obviously not just yet.
I think they're a bit hesitant to take it off Bayley because the obvious is she's going to end up in the main roster eventually, but I don't think they want to yet. No,
and there is that concern that if you bring up too many too quick, you're only going to go through so many people before you effectively end up with everyone on Raw.
Yeah.
So they do have to be cautious about it, and they do have to bring people through enough to be able to get to that point.
Yeah.
But yeah. So on the stream we got a wonderful image of Triple H watching Triple H.
That was about as
No,
much...
on that image that you've got there at the moment,
Yeah.
the two rolls on the back of his neck on that left image, it looks like a big pair of lips.
Oh God, I flipped it to the YouTube page there. Yeah, it kind of does.
It's like big smoochy lips.
Yeah.
Neck mouth.
Neck mouth. That's a new term. We're going with it. Triple H has got a neck mouth.
A neck mouth.
Yeah. Wow.
But yeah, going back to the thing at the start, you said you didn't like it smooth. I didn't think there was anything wrong with that, really. Yeah, I thought it was because NXT is kind of baby, so.
It's the same as Brooklyn when he did it at Brooklyn, because the first time he did it was at Brooklyn, weren't it? And that was like them going out into a big venue, and it was that big thing. And I think it was nice to do it in London because it made it feel like it was the same level as Brooklyn.
Yeah.
So I think it was just a consistency thing. So
apparently, just before because he came out before they went on the air. He was already in the ring when the show started. My mate was in the crowd at London said they were chanting "Thank you, Hunter" before it started.
Yeah. No, it's good to see.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, positivity is needed in wrestling these days. So any chance of positivity, I'll take it. So yeah, I couldn't fault Takeover. It was great. Like I say, it was over before you knew it. It had great wrestling in, told great stories. The crowd made it special. Atmosphere was brilliant. Let's just hope, and I don't know when details will come through, but I just hope that there was decent viewing figures for it live.
Well, that was the thing. I mean, as well as the show being good, I thought it was good for our point of view. A few tweets said the same thing. Because the tweets got on the screen there when they put the score up.
Yeah.
Saying it was good to watch WWE live at primetime TV.
Yeah. It was very strange to sit there on Wednesday night to put on a show thinking this is live right now. And yeah, it was very weird.
It was weird watching WWE live and it not being stupid o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. So, fingers crossed, decent numbers came from the States. And it'll mean more stuff in the future.
Yeah, there's the text botch, by the way.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's quite bad.
Especially when you have it in the background.
Yeah.
You know? Like
twice.
Yeah.
It's a spell check.
Sin Cara was on graphics, that way.
Apparently.
Yeah.
And then there was also... what else was there?
The old Sin Cara, of course. The new one's quite good.
Yeah, the new one's, yeah.
Oh, yeah, this was also pretty good. Yeah.
What the hell was that? What the hell have you got on that Twitter feed?
A bunch of stuff.
That Who Am I one's quite good. I've seen that one. I like that.
Yeah.
What else here? You have Vince McMahon winning the TNA World Heavyweight Championship here as well. Apparently from somebody. And this one here was also pretty good. Let me ISO that. WWE Network. Who am I?
Dunk the Clown.
Yeah, that was one thing. I don't know if I should even... no, hang on a minute. Whoa. Will, you have a story about the Who Am I?
Yeah, actually I do, yeah. The Liverpool show, the last tour, they put these up in the intermission. And obviously the very obvious who's who, as that one is. And one went up and it was obviously Cena. And a group of guys who were behind me shouted Chris Benoit. Which,
That's terrible.
Wow.
I enjoyed it.
Daniel's just put in the chat, the Who Am I was hilarious when I watched the live NXT in Louisville. I wonder whether...
yeah, I wonder who he could be.
Yeah, I wonder whether he had something similar.
It just opens it up because it's so obvious. I mean, the kids love it. You need to kill the kids shouting all the right names. But then, like, you get all the small shouting daft names.
Chris Benoit!
Shocking. So, yeah, that was NXT in a nutshell, I think. So...
We missed that Raw. I'm sorry if I just messed up. What are you going to do?
No, I was just going to say, Daniel's just put, you even said the name of the city right. Americans can't do that. What, Louisville?
Yeah. They're like Louisville, or... So, they always say it wrong.
Well, I'm glad to meet your requirements, Daniel.
It's better than how you pronounce Massachusetts. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I'm sorry, that is one place I can't pronounce. I make it sound a lot worse than the place probably is.
Right, what do you say?
I'm not even going to attempt it. Because I even when I think about it, you know, like when your mouth like starts moving in directions you don't understand what's going on.
I think you pronounce it massive two shits.
Not intentionally. It's just how it comes out, or it's how it can be interpreted.
I'm intrigued to know. You're gonna have to say.
That's how he says it. Massive two shits.
No, I don't. For fuck's sake. Massive two shit.
Yeah, see? See?
You were right.
It's
I
not.
told you.
Oh. Why would anyone make up such a stupid name?
Oh, this happened on SmackDown.
SmackDown still exist.
Yeah, SmackDown does exist. Surprisingly.
Oh, there's a bit of news about SmackDown, isn't it? They got a new announcer for when they go to USA.
Yeah.
The
Mauro...
MMA guy.
Oh.
Yeah, that Mauro Ranallo guy.
Yeah.
Mm. So is he replacing someone?
Probably
I assume
Rich Brennan, yeah.
For crying out loud. So as soon as they get the one guy that everyone's happy about on it, they get rid of him.
Yeah, I know, right? Like it's...
I think everyone does like this guy, though, because he's MMA dude.
Right. Daniel's just put, my fellow Americans are a garbage. And also, I must admit, I am a garbage for not being able to pronounce that place's name.
Massive two shits.
Yeah. Yeah. Smelly place. Dirty.
Speaking of Massachusetts.
What? Speaking of where?
Massachusetts. I can say it. You can't.
I was listening to how you said it intently to try and copy, but you said it too quickly. I'm no good.
You've ruined me segue now, because I don't know what I was going to say now.
It's something to do with shits.
It wasn't, but...
Was it going to be a segue to TNA?
No!
No.
Raw?
Raw, maybe. Well, I thought Raw was good.
Oh.
Well, yeah.
Perfect in-depth analysis there, Will.
You had Vince McMahon show up, a.k.a. Papa Big Cock.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Raw was actually entertaining.
They played the McMahon card there, didn't they?
Yeah.
It was with all the stories about the ratings. It was that going to be the Cena card or the McMahon card?
Yeah.
They played the McMahon card this week.
Because like Stephanie was about to fire Reigns, and then Reigns came out.
Yeah.
And she's like, "I'm not gonna fire you."
Yeah, Daniel, like your comment then, Smith.
Get him on the blower.
It's just, I don't know. It's like,
Well, it was good to see him, I must admit. But I think someone's head at the same time while it was on, especially without sounding morbid. You wonder how many appearances he's got left. It's gotta be. It can't be long.
I've got to say though, I thought he looked a lot better on this Raw than he has done in a long time.
True, yeah, true.
I thought he looked a lot more his old self and the hair and everything. Because when he had it quite short, I think that made him look older.
Yeah, yeah.
In a way, yeah, kind of did.
But, yeah, I thought he looked good.
I love how he snapped at the stagehand at ringside when he was.
I said make him sweat, damn it! Goddamn, pal, you're fired.
If you watch that back though, he asks him for the steel chair. And then the kid puts it out for him, and then he goes, "No, I don't want that one. I want the other one."
Probably just to be a dick.
Yeah, I was just going to say, it's megalomaniac and power. It's just so that you can shout at someone.
I so wanted them to like, slap Byron Saxton just while he was sat there.
Yes! Oh my god, I thought he was going to. Like, I thought
Who the hell are you?
Yeah.
You're
not
the
king.
coach.
God damn it, where's Jerry
I'd
the
have
King
laughed
Lawler?
if he sat on commentary and he called him coach. Can you imagine?
Somebody get King on
How
the
long have
blower.
you been here? Doing a really good job on ESPN, pal.
Yeah. But yeah, it was great to see him. It sucks that the ratings are shit right now, but at the same time, I mean, that's what you get for having poor booking.
It is, but I've got to commend WWE because when I was watching TLC, it was like, oh, Reigns hasn't won again.
Yeah.
And it was like, and it's like, how long are they going to drag this out? And I was sitting there and I'm thinking, they're not going to get the reaction anyway when he does win. And it's like, they need to do something different with him. And then when he snapped at the end of the pay-per-view, it was like, great, keep doing it, go mental. And it was just like, you want that kind of like, you kind of harking back to like the Austin attitude kind of thing where it doesn't matter who it is, you'll just kick their ass kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, you want him to be like that because if he's just like that, without worrying about reactions and without story, just be the badass and people will like you.
Yeah.
And he did it, and then people responded to it, and then he did it again on Raw, and that response when he won the title, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, did you, I mean, we're kind of going back to the pay-per-view a little bit towards the end when Reigns got quote-unquote screwed. Did you see Triple H, like, sell that chair shot?
Oh, God,
Reigns?
yeah, where he bounced up, yeah.
I heard him shout again. You see that? Bro?
Yeah, I heard him go.
Really?
Yeah, it was like,
Wow.
he shouted it as well.
He's Reigns is hitting him a few times with the chair, and he stops, and Triple H goes, again!
I'll try to find a gif of that, the one where he, like, jumped after he hit him with it.
Yeah, he looked like a fish out of water.
He really did. Really did.
But no, I've got to
Tell you what,
commend
though. Sorry, go on.
no, I was just going to say, I've just got to commend them because within the space of 2 to 3 weeks, they have managed to make the crowd cheer for Roman Reigns when...
Well, 24 hours, I thought.
Well, yeah.
They were booing him at the TLC. And, okay, there was a few tears, but...
And it didn't necessarily feel like, oh, thank God Sheamus isn't champion anymore. It actually felt like this is the kind of Roman Reigns that we want to see.
Yeah.
And I don't mind him being champion. I don't mind him being top of the card if he's going to play a character like that where he's just a badass, where he's someone that doesn't feel cheesy. The bit that I was like, when he went to, before he attacked Triple H at TLC, I was saying to my mate when I was watching it, it was like, please do not cock your fist before you do this punch. You know, like, because that's the one thing that really winds me up when I watch his matches. He's supposed to hit it out of nowhere, but he still manages very quickly to do the motion. It's like, we don't need to see the motion.
Yeah.
Just do it. And people will be like, wow, RKO out of nowhere.
I'll tell you what, so a few people pointed out as well after Raw, after he won the title, and the reaction he got. It's amazing to think that was the same place they did the Rumble last year.
Yeah.
And booed out the building.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
That does speak volumes.
Yeah.
So yeah, you gotta give them credit because it really did turn it around. I mean, it does make things a little bit more interesting. It just depends on how they book him going forward, but they're in the right direction.
Going back to the TLC though, I thought the first table spot when the table didn't break, I thought that must have hurt something awful.
It's right at the bottom of his back as well, wasn't it? It was just like the way he left lying. It was like, It reminded me, have you seen the episode of The Simpsons where Homer falls backwards on the fire extinguisher?
Yeah.
And then says, this is even more painful than it looks. Had you imagine that with Triple H?
I think when the table breaks, it sounds dark, but I think it does sort of cushion the fall a little bit. Whereas that just wasn't moving.
Oh.
There's the GIF, by the way, on the stream.
Yeah. Why does he project himself into the air?
Jumping.
Like, that's a Shawn Michaels, oversell.
Yeah, I love it. You wonder why I think Shawn Michaels is the best of all time.
Speaking of, by the way, on the podcast, they on the Steve Austin podcast.
I haven't seen the podcast with Shawn Michaels.
Well, they did a bit where they tried to mimic the guy at ringside when they were talking about the Undertaker's streak being broken, I believe.
Oh, right.
And here's, hold on, let me scroll up a bit. Yeah, there we go. Look how googly-eyed Shawn Michaels looks. Oh my god! Give it a sec. Gotta wait for the latency to catch up here on the stream and whatnot. But
Austin just did his normal.
I was just gonna say, is Austin actually doing an impression there?
Yeah.
Shawn looks happy about it. Where both of Austin and Shawn look happy that Undertaker just lost his streak.
Yeah.
The guy that we all know on the right doesn't.
Yeah.
No, seriously, man.
Yeah, I mean...
Still gives me goosebumps to think that happened.
Yeah. But the podcast was alright. I still prefer it to be actually live.
Yeah.
Yeah, they talked about the screw job a bit. Shawn Michaels ending Ric Flair's career at WrestleMania and such.
Yeah.
So it was for the content, it was pretty good. But I wish it was still live like it usually was.
Yeah, it does worry me that they've gone down this road with it.
Yeah.
But hey ho.
Let me go back.
We shall see. It's Ric Flair, the next one, isn't it? After the Rumble, I believe.
I think it's after a Raw or something like that next month.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they were doing it straight after the Rumble.
Also, let me cut back to the Twitter page here. Yeah, you had this botch as well. Once you get it up on the...
I'm looking at wonderful Christmas wreaths.
I know.
I really do appreciate the Christmas wreath. All full of festive cheer.
Yeah.
Lillian Garcia.
Yeah. No, that was great.
What?
Yeah.
Did that really happen?
That really happened, yeah.
How did I not notice that?
Good question.
Very good question.
And if we scroll up just above, we have the Wile E. Coyote cam of the Salida del Sol from Callisto, a.k.a. Sin Cara, if you're commentary.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Did they do that replay on the show?
I'm not sure when they did that. I think they did.
I don't remember seeing that.
It was just after the match they did do it.
Oh, right.
Because King got his mention of the Wile E. Coyote coming.
And then you have the best sign of the night here. And they're not wrong.
We're going to wait for the catch-up.
Yeah, wait for the catch-up there. But yeah.
Yeah, I remember that, actually. Took all the time and effort to make a sign and say that, and it's just factual evidence. Oh, factual statement. Survivor Series 2013 sucks. Like Big E looks superimposed on that image.
He kind of does, yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know. Is there anything else we want to talk about? I think we've pretty much covered the main concern.
NXT for the United States here of I think Milwaukee, Green Bay, Chicago, Pittsburgh, and Detroit. I think they've all sold out.
Yeah, I saw a tweet before from Triple H saying that everything's sold out. Yeah.
Trying to think of what else. TNA, I know you don't want to talk about it, but they're in the middle of transitioning onto Pop.
I believe isn't the first episode happening very soon?
I think, yeah. The advertised on the most recent episode that the best of 2015 Impact episode will be on Destination America Wednesday at 9, when in fact it's going to be on Pop.
Oh, right.
Yeah. And as well as part 2 the following week, and then that'll lead into the live Tuesday airing.
Where on the first episode they'll say, please forget everything we showed you in the last 2 weeks, because we're brand new now, and we're a lot better, and we've learned from our mistakes.
Next week is the Slammies, this Monday.
Oh, yeah, we got to get the cool slammy music going next week. Oh, well, not next week, in the new year.
Yeah, if we remember. Which I've also isolated this tweet here from WWE Universe, which it won't show on the window for some reason. That's terrific.
There's a tweet you need to show in a minute. I'll put a link for you now. I think Big E wins Tweet of the Week.
Tweet of the Week.
If you can.
How do we not have this segment?
The Tweet of the Week.
The Tweet of the Week.
As soon as it loads here. Oh, no, yeah, I mean, that one's good, but there was another one that I preferred. From Big E as well.
I don't know if I'm looking at the cat one.
The cat on the laptop, yeah.
Yeah.
Doodly doodly doo.
Hang on, let me pull the Big E one up.
It's on the screen now.
Yeah. I'm trying to find it here. Hold on. I hope he didn't delete it. Yeah. This one is tremendous. Let's see here if we can.
Have you put the Big E one on the stream?
I did for a bit.
Oh, I didn't see
I think
it.
it went
Sorry.
away. Hold on. There we go. All right, there we go. The one that Will linked as Tweet of the Week.
Tweet of the Week.
Saying, yo, Ref Brian, is there anything in the rulebook that prevents me from smearing my feces on an opponent? Asking for a friend. And the one that I really liked, that I'm nominating as the Tweet of the Week, Will, is this one here that says, Jim Uso can do whatever he likes, but it doesn't change the fact that I was rubbing asses with his wife on TV. He can't take that from me.
I love Big E on Twitter.
Yeah, he's tremendously great on Twitter. I love him.
Can't take that from me.
And that's incredibly not PG, by the way.
Yes.
Just like to throw that out there.
I feel I need to make a decision on the Tweet of the Week since I haven't got a tweet. But I can't decide which one.
Let me see if was there anything in the past week for sounds.
I like this one. This wasn't actually from this week, so it can't be classed as Tweet of the Week. But
Tweet from the other week.
I just thought this is typical Big E. It's completely random, but it's funny.
Let me find it here. This is great audio. I was trying to search for.
Yeah, I was going to say
it's good, isn't it?
We've reached the chaos segment.
Yep. Where I'm trying to find sounders to close out on. Let me see here. What do you got? What do you got?
Tweeted that during Raw once.
During Raw. Oh yeah.
I'll put that on the screen. We'll call this the last one around making a decision on the Tweet of the Week or possibly the other week.
All three from Big E. So.
Yeah, Big E's the big winner.
It says, at least once a month, I get an urge to run out and ruin a segment I'm not in. Not to do anything funny, just stand there until I'm thrown out. And then, like, the top reply is just creep up during a Wyatt promo.
I just love how it says at least once a month.
Yeah, he should do it. He should totally go out there and...
I would love to know how many people would react to it if he did it just because they'd read that tweet and they knew what it was.
And how many people would be out of the loop because they didn't read it or they missed it on Twitter?
He should do it on NXT because he knows that all the people that watch NXT will probably have read that.
Yeah, he's totally pulling a Captain Lou Albano because he totally did that one time where he just wandered out during a match and then left on a live Raw.
I think I'm going to have to select the tweet of the week as being the ref one.
Oh, the first one.
Yeah, just because I just like the fact that he says I'm asking for a friend.
Yeah.
That reminds me of going out in the middle of a match quite recently, R-Truth.
Smearing feces, by the way, is also not PG.
No, definitely not.
When R-Truth thought he was in the Money in the Bank.
Yeah. Oh, my bad.
That was great.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I've got to be honest. It's good now they keep it quite few and far between when he does it, because I was worried when he first did it that it was going to become like a weekly thing.
There was like a SmackDown where they did the Wyatt noise, and then out came R-Truth. Like, here, I have a GIF of it here. Let me pull that up. And this was like a few weeks ago, actually, when they were still kind of doing the he's so silly gimmick. And not because, you know, he's black or whatever.
God.
Whoa.
Yeah, deep territory. Sounds like a TNA pay-per-view name, that, actually.
Deep territory.
TNA, deep territory. How deep will they go?
Sounds like a porn film.
Well, that's TNA, isn't it? All the TNA's are porn names.
To be fair, they do, yeah. Hard Justice.
Hard Justice and Deep Penetration.
Here you go.
Yeah. This show was took a nosedive in the last 6 minutes.
Yeah, basically, I didn't include the Wyatt stuff because I just wanted a GIF of R-Truth randomly waving, but yeah. Apparently, the Wyatt noise can just summon him on stage. So yeah, this was 2 weeks before the pay-per-view. Just like to throw that out there. Yeah.
That is quite good. I like how he's quite comfortable with it all, though, and it's just the same thing. He'd be quite suited in NXT, R-Truth, in some ways.
Yeah.
For that kind of stuff, just prattling around.
See, it's... Okay, you don't want it all the time because it gets a bit boring, but...
Yeah.
That's the kind of stuff you want, especially when you got like a 3-hour show. You want something that breaks up the monotony of it all.
Yeah, definitely.
Anyway. I'm not getting into a 3-hour Raw rant.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I think we would all join you if you did.
Yep.
So, yeah, I think that pretty much covers the main things. Is there anything else, guys?
No, I think that's it. Stay tuned for the Slammies this upcoming Monday on Raw. We'll be back in 2 weeks or so to discuss that and some other stuff that may or may not happen. And maybe, TNA will still be in business.
I think you're pretty safe on that one.
I think you're safe for a bit now, yeah.
You
never know. You never know.
Yeah, I'm going to say we're going to reach that point where we're just convinced. They'll get like some massive deal with like USA Network, and then the next week they'll just announce that they've gone out of business or something. They're replacing Raw. They'll do one show and everyone will be like, I can't believe this is happening, and the next week they'll shut down.
I was saying to a mate on Raw when Vince came out during the R-Truth match and just told everyone to get out.
Yeah.
If he ever buys TNA, that's what he should do.
Get out of my ring.
Just walk out in the middle of Impact and go, go on.
Go on. Merry Christmas!
Yeah, so that's it, Beans. I guess that's it.
Yeah. Okay. So, thank you very much for listening. Cheers for Daniel and Steve, and also I suppose we better thank Chuck for doing a bit of participation in our chat room. But I think
boo that man.
Boo.
Boo. So thank you very much for listening, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. You can follow us on Twitter at the IWC Radio if you choose to. Also, if you go on there, you'll be able to find all of our Twitter addresses, so you can follow us there. If you want to get in touch with us or send us questions for future shows, use the hashtag IWC Radio so that we can see it. Thank you very much again for tuning in. I hope you have a wonderful Christmas, and a happy new year, and hopefully we will. I don't know if we'll get a chance to do a show in between somewhere or something, but we will be back soon. If not next week at our usual time, then definitely the week afterwards.
So yeah, there you go. And here's I guess the sound of the week or whatever.
8-man tag team main event here on SmackDown. This match made because of the fireworks that went off to start things here tonight in a one-on-one match between Del Rio and Reigns.
Rio telegraphed that back. Oh no!
Backstabber!
He got all of it that time.